Hello and welcome. My name is Trismegistus, and today we're going to be playing some more Little Rocket Lab. I'm hoping with this microphone I'm not going to disconnect the connections and lose the audio. No, that seems to be okay. Yes, let me just check everything is set up. So we certainly have audio on OBS, and we're coming through on Twitch. I've not, that was a dumb thing to do, I've not done how would I get at that easiest way? If I go there, and then I'm only 20 away from, it sort of popped off this, I could show it again, the analytics on the video, it's kind of weird, because say it sort of shot up yesterday and then it sort of flattened off and then it shot up again. I mean, it's not, these aren't massive numbers, you know, but for me it's enormous. I'm talking about the Why Shatter a Planet video, which went live on Friday and sort of seemed to not be doing anything. And then let's post that on Blue Sky. Cool. I always say I should be more active on Blue Sky, but I don't generally do social media. I just find it very confusing. Okay, so and we're also on. Oh, it says it's excellent on YouTube. Well, there you go. It's a value judgment, isn't it? If I cover that over, keep that control panel so I can see that we have audio working on the new microphone. Cool. So yes, well, yesterday's stream, at the end of the stream, I did my whole usual schedule and, you know, self-promo stuff and all that sort of stuff. And I hadn't set the audio on from the Shure, you know, the new microphone, to be on that particular screen. So I was basically talking to myself for 5 minutes. Nobody said anything. So I've cut it out of the VOD on YouTube. But yeah, it's just 5 minutes of silence where I'm just sort of talking to myself, basically. And you can't hear it. So I fixed that, so hopefully that'll be okay. But I'll be checking levels and stuff regularly. We are on the cusp, the very verge, the edge, super near to doing the third stage of the rocket, which I believe is kind of the end of the game. So I am hoping to get this finished before Christmas. You will see, as you can see, that I did what I said I was going to do, and basically completely deconstructed our entire base, entire factory. No, didn't we do that? Which means I've just threw them into wooden chests, basically. So there's no particular organisation to this. What I did do, and what I'm hoping to do right now, is I set up some diamond production. Now, it's not like ratioed properly and all that sort of stuff. This was the amount of space I had, so this is what I put in. But basically, I've set it up so that it's way more redundant than what I had before, because I had that weird thing. I think it was more the quartz than the other gems. But basically, this is way over. You know, we've got 3 of these, and I think we only need 1. And these, you know, will keep producing. I've got a buffer here so that if we get massively overloaded with this chest here, then we'll collect them all. But the basic idea is I want to use diamonds. There isn't an achievement. As you can see, these are all the gems that were made while I was deconstructing the base. But I want to use gems in particular. And this should three of these should produce enough to get us enough money to buy the water tower at the very least, and then hopefully the upgrade for Auntie's house, basically. Otherwise, you know, there is nothing left, essentially. So I need to make everything, and the goal will be, you know, I'm going to kind of go through and make what I can make, as it were, you know, just sort of rattling through it, basically, because the goal is to try and do this, as I say, before Christmas. This is me showing the other thing I did. We have a bit of time because I want to go to the mayor's office first. And I think actually, let's go there first. But I basically moved all of my turbines down to the coast so that they get the maximum boost. I've made a whole load more. So we have a full-on gigawatt of power. So I don't want to lose them. I think I've got enough. Oh no, I've only got 210 coins, so it's sort of irrelevant, isn't it? But yes, the other thing you will see is the town is wired up. So if we want to build anywhere, we've got power available. So we've got, as I say, the 1 gigawatt, which was an achievement, so that popped off screen. But as you can see, we're only just over, but you know, we've got 900 available, so we should be okay. Given I'm going to sort of break it down into, you know, we'll make one thing and then we'll make another and then we'll make another. And if we have to tear it down as we go, then that's fine. So we need to sell all of our gems and see what we can get. I believe we need 10,000 for the water tower. I'm not sure. I don't think we'll do it today because I say I literally set that diamond thing up yesterday and had it run. But we should tomorrow have enough to take us over the 10 if we haven't got it. Oh, we have. So we got the 10 for the thing. So we can effectively leave all those diamonds running. And then at some point come back and get the auntie's thing. I don't believe we need that for... Oh, you've finished, have you? 9 AM. Okay, so we literally just missed it. Fine. No worries. Yes, I'm kind of determined to try and do this before Christmas. Get this rocket launched. Yeah, we shall see though. What do we need to make? What's a good thing to? I mean, we haven't actually got all of the, you know, all the recipes and stuff. So what I think we should really do is actually focus on the researches because I need to get that for rocket fuel. But if I'm going through, if there's some, like for example, the heat sinks, we still need 4,200. What the other thing I need to do? I bet I've missed him now, haven't I? I bet he ends at 10. I need to go to the train and make sure we're... Because I think I'm doing 3 loads of iron ore, which I don't want. I want 1 of each. I mean, what we could focus on, you see, we could focus on like infrastructure in the sense that, oh, we've got coal at 1. I want to doobie. Yeah, so we don't want, oh, okay. Oh, we can do stone as well. Why would we want stone? There's got to be some use for stone that I'm just not twigging because there's so much stone knocking about. What order do we want them in? I don't think it matters. But so we could set something up, you know, put it, because we want to put these in boxes and we want to, you know, send them over to the where we're going to manufacture them. But also we've got, I think, rather than stone, I am going to do a second iron, and we'll use this to do the parts, and that's maybe what we'll focus on. I did try and pick up all of the machines that we've got to, you know, we've got more, but yeah. So, because plastic bars we can basically just deliver, but you know they're over. No, they're not. Those aren't the plastic bars. Where are the plastic bars then? Are they at the tavern? Must be at the tavern. And but oxygen tanks we need to make, but we also need them for the thing. So let's have a look. Let's try and be a bit more focused if we're going to do this. And say what we want to make is tanks, oxygen tanks. Okay. For that we only need iron plate and copper bars. And it makes 15 a minute in a chemical plant. How many chemical plants have I got? Probably not many. Water pump. Where's a chemical plant? Chemical. I got 3. So that would get us 45 a minute then, if we could supply that. Because I am wondering, do we just spend a bit of time today kind of setting up for putting the stuff onto trains? What order did I do them in? This was going to be iron as well, wasn't it? Because well, I'm actually thinking, I think you're sending them this way, you know, round the back, and we'll do a whole load of undergrounds and stuff. Can I? How many undergrounds can I make? Probably not many. I don't think I've got many intermediate type ingredients on me. A few. Okay. And what have I got? Because I could, I mean, I could mix them. I don't think I'm a big fan of that though. So if we were to do, say, oh, why have you done that way? Why have you done that direction? Very strange. Because we want stone, iron, copper, or whichever order it's in. Is that going to let me... Oh, so it's letting me build behind the... Interesting. Because, yeah, obviously, as I say... old... what's-her-face is going to get trapped in if we block all of this. So I think she... will be okay if we... underground across there. Does that take us? Oops. Because does that give us like a spare? Kinda does, but not aligned there, does it? Interesting. Okay. Are you gonna? You're gonna want to go through here, are you, matey? Okay, let's not block you either then. Ah. I've left Toasty on the other thing, haven't I? It's just because if I'm going to do researches and stuff, I need people to be in their right places. Oh, does that... will that work? I'm not sure they... I think you might have to have a belt between them. Let's do that, just in case. Because it was showing red, wasn't it? Right, so let's take them out. So yeah, well, if and when we need the motors, we can just take them down the side there. Or maybe do something with filtering. Oops. Take you up there. Because I'm thinking of you. Well, it's pretty obvious. I'm thinking of using the. How would we get round there? The train as our sort of source of resources, basically. Plus stuff from the town. So if we take it in there. Oops. And then kind of going to run out of room there, aren't we? So maybe if I move, oops, these up a bit. Like so. Do I even need that one? I don't think I do I? Like that. Although, maybe I should put it there for if and when we want to bring the motors in. Because I don't, to the best of my knowledge, need any diamonds or anything. See what I mean? Because we've got loads and loads of stone knocking about. I don't know why you'd need to sort of collect it from the thing. There you go. No, not go there. Oh, I've run out. Okay. Sure, I think I've got an entire. In fact, I think I've got like multiple. It's like the power poles. I've got so many. I made a load of the level 2 in order to fill the town, so I've just got loads of them. If I grab make sure I've got a full stack of them. If we're going to make the tanks, we don't need pumps or anything, do we? We need to make copper bars. Am I going to... I think I'm just going to... What am I going to do? Because nothing uses the raw resources, apart from stone, which, I say, we can get from elsewhere, and coal. So the coal we can just box and send up. But do we smelt the copper and iron? Especially since we've got the coal there. Yeah, I think I might do that. See if I can do that anyway. There you go, you see I've got an entire blooming box of belts. Although I'm sure I'll run out anyway. So obviously the intention is to use the back of the farm as we kind of build more and more things. But something like the... got a random belt there. Something like the oxygen tank, something like that. I can just... excuse me. I can just... make, like, you know, close by as it were. So, where are these coming in? Because we do have all this room, and I do have that coal there, don't I? Well, that's not going to run out for a while. Oops. So, I've got one there. I mean, I haven't done anything with those on the other end, so any order is fine. And this is quite a nice space, isn't it? So, what might that look like? I can't remember. I think it was iron. Did I do iron, copper? I say it doesn't really matter. But yeah, okay. So I tried. I think these I tried to line up. Yeah, so that the whole side is powered. Oh, that's showing red. Is that not a valid space for it then? No, okay, so it's there. So how many do you move at once? Does that fill a belt, basically? Because we need to put buffers in, don't we? Does it tell me... Have we got like... splits, belt in the second position, configure all ratio. So, don't know. If we were to if we were to try and convert, because I know I set this as coal and then these as, you know, resources as it were. So if I was to maybe put that into one of them instead. How might I best configure that? Because I can put power poles in the way, that's a little bit annoying. Because that could go in there. Is that, it's not going to do 2, is it? So it's... And that looks full, that belt. 45 a minute it takes. And the belt carries 90. Oh, it's off. So would a single inserter feed a single one of them? It looks like 2 were... I haven't got a don't know what the size of it is now, do I? Oh, there we go. Just shows me. What's that then? 2, 4, 6, 8. So in theory, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 belts worth of iron ore. That's a lot. Which is then 8 of these. Whoops, no. Where have you gone? 8 of those. So if I was to maybe put... How would I fit 8 in? Go there. Oops. No. 2, 3, 4. Because I could just, you know, halve it basically. We'll just do half sort of thing. It's nearly 10 o'clock, isn't it? Yeah. And then that would be easier to do there, but I've still got to get coal into it. Let's head back then. Nope. No. Actually, how many diamonds have we got now then? 14. I say it's massively overkill. That it's not really. It's more intended so that it can never run out of, you know, diamond shards, rather than actually producing 3 synthesizers worth of diamonds. Income 10,000. Cool. So we'll see if we can dash over, get the extension. So say, what have we got? What's going on here? What have we? Oh, it's not there yet. I thought the train turned up at 6, but it must be 7, I guess. Let's go and have a look at the mare. Having a mare. Great. Yes, indeed. Water tower 10,000. Super duper. Ready tomorrow morning. Okay. And what was the other? What's the cost of the other one? 30,000. So say we'll just sort of leave the diamonds chugging away. I might, at some random point, do, you know, some quests. We do need to do a load in order to get the achievement. Oh, you're still not here. But yeah, I'm thinking maybe we send sort of 2 belts worth of iron, you know, up to the farm. Now, so which is which? What's the orientations? I can get them in anyway. I don't need. Okay. I say I believe that'll do 1 Dubry. So if we go... And we could maybe use... I mean, what else do we need coal for? We need it for plastic, don't we? But we got plastic already from thingies. And this one is out. I think I'm going to try and use to make gears. So what we want to do then is move all of this copper. 2 of them is a belt, isn't it? And we want buffers. So how about we have a buffer there, a buffer there. No. Yes, no, I do need 2 buffers, don't I? Yeah, they're definitely filling that belt, aren't they? Okay. Because that's overnight, basically. So that covers the overnight issue. Where do we put these then? I guess maybe if I start at the back, because we want to box them up. I don't know how quickly the boxing works. The loading, rather. Will that handle in the entire... Doesn't say, does it? 90 a minute, there we go. So it will handle an entire belt's worth of stuff, but that therefore means we need 2 of them. So I need 1 there, say 1 there, and then what if I do put 1 there? Sort of out the way, as it wasn't out the way, but oh. I wonder if I can do these like this, maybe? How might that work? Might need it to be a bit further over. Because I can use the bumpers as well. Have I brought the bumpers? Don't need to use the... Yeah, I've got well, I've got a couple of bumpers. Okay. So that could be... Let me think. So if that's... So I can't block it, can I? If that was there, and we do every other one, shouldn't matter. Then that can go out. So it's 50-50 going in there. And then how do I get coal into it? I don't need 2, do I? What I need is something like that. It's a bit janky, isn't it? I've got a lot of choice, I think, but do that. So this needs to be coal coming in there. And that'll handle a belt of copper. Assuming I have a belt coming in there. So if I 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the actual machine. So I'd need 1, 2, 3, 4, then the actual machine. I think it will just fit if I back to back them. So if that's there and that's there. I could just split that round, couldn't I? I don't have to have a second belt coming up. But if we have that coming up there, say, and going in there, and then that punting it across every other one, it shouldn't matter because it'll just get blocked basically, but that's fine. It doesn't matter which one it goes in. So if we don't have any power there, but if we were to grab like that, Except I can't quite do that, can I? But I do have a splitter thing as well. Oh, I can't even do that anyway because that won't reach. But what I could do, I guess, thinking about it, is if we underground here, and that can come out of there instead. I mean, just because I'm rebuilding the factory, it doesn't mean I'm not going to spaghetti me life away. Yeah, and then they come through there. And then there's plenty of room here. Just to do an ordinary, where is it? Ordinary splitter. Actually. Put it there. And then, where does the underground need to go? If the underground is there, say janky as all heck, but whatever. And that goes in there. And we do need additional power. So this should handle 2 belts of copper. Turn them into two boxes of copper. If we provide it with coal. And I'm thinking I just use this coal, basically. Oh, have I not? Oh, yeah. Yeah, we just sort of take a bunch of that. Make sure we got some redundancy. Whoops. Send it in there. Give it some power. In fact, can I do a level 1 instead? Oops. Yeah, not really. Well, can if I do it where I'm stood. There we go. So that, I mean, they're all flashing saying I want coal, so I must have at least hooked the copper up. But that should get us 2 crates worth of copper. It doesn't seem to be backing up, but I also don't see anything coming up here. Have I messed that up? No, there we go. Ah, you're not getting coal. Why not? Is it just taking a while to come through? Yeah, it takes a while to fill the machines up, doesn't it? Yeah. And that should come through. There we go. There we go. Double box of copper, whatchamacallit. Excellent. Yes. So, we need to do something very similar for the iron. How about if this was, say, if I put these boxifiers, that's the official technical term. But I could put them right after the thing, couldn't I? And then we just hop it over with an undie. Obviously that then didn't fit there, but we can move that. So if you were where would you need to output? Actually, that would need to be moved back by 1, wouldn't it? Because we need to do a single piece of belt before we can use the underground. Put it there, say. So that's one of them. And then that requires 2 furnaces. 2 of your finest furnaces. Probably steal some, well, not steal, but so this is going to be a level 2 then. Alright. We'll probably sort of wangle that round somehow. So if we had the coal, whoops, the coal. Do I have any bumpers left? I've got 2. So, well, we need a entry point. But have I used up all of my inserters? I have, okay. Where would you need to be? If you're there, I could put that there actually, couldn't I? I don't have to have it parallel to it. So that's going in there. And then wherever that goes. Cool. I'm just wondering if I can put the others. Can we get that to work? And then maybe that one's there. Because actually I want to stick them together really, don't I? So, you know, because they're now compressed, as it were. So if we just put sort of that, then that'll kind of work, I think. And we just need to find a way of jiggery-pokerying this about. The bumpers I've got 2 of. Okay. I wonder if I can get that to work. So another way of doing it would be, I haven't got the splitters, have I? How about we grab... Can I make any? Yeah. I got a whole bunch back at the farm. But so if that was, say, grabbing from that one maybe and putting there, because that we can have. Oh, it'd be a bit janky, wouldn't it? But that's fine. So that one can go across there. Could be that one maybe, or maybe up there. And then if that one's doing the same thing, but the other way around, something like that maybe. No, oh, that's right. I'll figure that. There. That needs to go there, and then this one. Flower bed. I wonder if I can move the flower bed. No. Immobile flower beds. Our speciality. Yeah. I'll do the whole, say, every other one, but it really doesn't matter because it will just fill up. It's 11:05. Whoops. Whoops. I don't think we're going to make this. It's going to be very tight. 120. 125. 130. 135. 140. Just about. Okay. As you can see, we're making amazing progress on these things we were going to make. And that we've not made any of them at all. Well, indeed. Maybe I should grab some whatever have I got rubbish available, basically? So what about gears? How many gears have I got? Got loads. Okay, let's grab some gears. Iron plate. Got any of them? I have, indeed. Yes, marvellous. Maybe some stone brick. What else is depleted? Copper one. A lot of these, you know, they were like sat on belts and stuff. I've not made them as such. Well, I mean, I've made them, but, you know, not made them special. And I am just sort of throwing... I think I clicked on something then, didn't I? No? No. You know, I am... Just me. Collecting all the stone and all that sort of stuff, so... So yeah, it's all just a random collection of junk. Wouldn't be one of my playthroughs if there wasn't a random collection of junk. I mean, say, what we could, I mean, how many plastic bars? Because we could hand ferry plastic bars up there from the tavern. Obviously, 2,000's a lot, and it's a couple of days worth, but I don't know. Just for the sake of getting that done. Okay, how are we doing? You're unpowered, that's one thing. So I think we might be able to get away with a level 1. Possibly. Maybe. Depends. So what we want to do really... If this is the coal that's coming over... I'm not sure that's quite going to work, is it? If we underground there... Where are you taking? You're taking from there. Okay. So if we have coal coming in there, we could grab coal like that. And then belt. Like so. And then I need to get some in there, don't I? And some in both of those. But we have at least one bumper. It doesn't really matter again, but we'll put it on that. Oh, we've got a flower in it. And then we might as well do the same trick. And a bit of an underground, cheeky underground. I say, nobody said it wouldn't be spaghetti. I never promised no spaghetti. Yeah, the idea of these is just basically to buff our, you know, so it will keep running all night, because obviously the train's only here half the day. Right, so that's them. I would quite like to see a box go out, and a box is not going out, which I do not understand. Did I get rid of the... I can't do boxes on undergrounds. That's, yeah, okay. I forgot that. It doesn't take them, basically. I don't think it does. Let's try it again in case... No. They don't... But, you know, idea is like they don't fit in the underground, which is fine because we can jank our way round with this coal like that. Be more sensible if I undergrounded across there or something, wouldn't it? But there you go. Okay, how are we doing? Give that a sort. We have a random flower for random flowers. We also have... This is where I discover you can't take them off the map. You can. Cool. Now we need to box up some... Have I got any box loaders? I have. 2, 3 even. We need to box up some coal. Because we're probably going to end up making more plastic. Do we want to buffer that? I guess we do. Perhaps if we do this one... this way round. instead. And then we put boxerizer there. Maybe boxerizer there. But again, I can't underground them. Is there a way through? There is, kinda-ish, but it means swapping them over. Okay. So, if we underground across from there, and then, because basically, I can, needs to be there, doesn't it? But now I've knackered this one. Okay, let's come back to that problem. A little bit later. So what's on there? Oops. So if that now is the iron plate one, then that, oops, that can be the coal one. And those copper bars are going that way, but that gives me an extra, no it doesn't, well, doesn't it? Yeah, I need to rethink this, basically. That's the copper going under, that's fine. And then, if we go underground, there we go. Go across to there, maybe. We need to underground these two. Oh. And then our, no. In fact, it would be better if it was like that, wouldn't it? Let's do it like that. So there's at least a vague hope of... In fact, I could maybe move this over. Give myself some maximum jank room. And then... got to maximise the jank. Maybe even, in fact, that could be like that, couldn't it? And then that one across to there. Yeah, so they'll have got mixed up, but that's fine. Because then... I can restore previous jank. Where was this? This was like here, wasn't it? And then underground across to there. Splitter. There to there. I've forgotten all about the 50, you know, the 50-50 thing. So I think that's functional. But we do have mixed boxes on the other end. Fine. Let's hop on Il Tostino. Cool. Now, I've completely forgotten what the oxygen tank recipe was, but I think it's iron plate and just copper bars, maybe? Oh, this is not connected then. Oh, no. It's because I've done undergrounds. Okay. That's going to be annoying then, isn't it? That people will get trapped. I guess it should be... Yeah, look, you see. Can't do undergrounds. Come on. Might actually be an opportunity to clear that off to a degree. Because, oh, Toasty's quite good for destroying these crates. So if I just sort of stand here and trash them. No. It's a lot. I'm probably going to fill up, aren't I? In fact, let's just get rid of them. I still have that Factorio instinct of not throwing things away. There is a trash option. Yeah, it's only a few more. Trash option in this. You can just chuck things in away, and it's not quite clear where they go. But oops. So my instinct is to keep everything. Factorio very much appeals to my hoarder instincts. I'm not, flip's sake, I'm not a bad hoarder in real life, but I do tend to accumulate a lot of rubbish, basically, which I then have to do specific, work to get rid of, basically. Okay, so we have iron, coal, copper. Excellent. Excellent. Deposit you. Deposit you. Wrong one. Deposit you. I sort of intended that, if I need to make some, power poles or something, I'd sort of use this rubbish here, basically. Yes, but we need to... Oh, look, here we go. So this is now all set up. What does it provide? 100 of your finest PSIs. Okay. Okay. 100 PSI. So, at this end, we need an unpacker. Or 3. And I don't know where my... Oh, I got 7 of them. Okay. That's weird. I must have worked out where I... Because I had basically a weird imbalance in that I had 7 of them and 1 of these. But I guess I must have found where I put the others. Because obviously I wouldn't have made loaders without unloaders. Even I'm not that stupid. Okay. So... where do we do the unpacking? Feels like maybe we take them up to here and sort of use this area maybe for unpacking. How much belt have I got? Not much. Let's go and get some more belt. Let's also throw away... Oh, deposit anyway. The fleurs. And what are we after? We're after belt. I mean, this won't be, this won't be enough belt basically, but it'll be fine for now. I could top off power poles and stuff as well, couldn't I? And if we had, there we go, more inserters. Did I use any of them? I didn't. Did use some of them. Put that away. Cool. Let's say oxygen tanks are iron plate and copper bars. I have three chemical plants where they're made, but I don't have any more. So 3 chemical plants would require 36 in an entire belt of iron plate. Iron plate is a 1-to-1. So we could take half of our what we're bringing over and feed it into the three things. Okay. In terms of unloading then, because the sort of, that's not an unloader, that's an unloader. The kind of, it's not an issue as such, but I wonder, can I make some more? Would bumpers be the way to go? I can never remember. I can't remember whether if splitters. In fact, let's just check. Can splitters move crates? I don't think they can, you see. No, so splitters can't move crates. But bumpers. Oh, it's 10 o'clock. Bumpers can. Let's just, yeah, fine. Yes, so bumpers can. Splitters cannot. Okay. Oops. Is that going to de-jankify itself? I don't know. So we would need to use bumpers, which we only have one of, in order to unpack all of this. Where's the bumper? There it is. I need winches. Okay. We've got loads of them. Okay. Bumper. 3, 4. Let's just make 6 in total. Okay. So we need to move these in such a way that we can get, because effectively we're going to end up with, I think, 6 lanes. Whoops, 6 lanes worth. 4, 5, 6. 6 lanes of, so I don't know that I want to do 2 lanes of coal. That's the only thing apart from smelting, which of course we're doing at the other end, I don't know that we really need anything, need coal for anything other than plastic, I don't think. Okay. What we're going to do first, though, I think, is since we've got a whole load of plastic bars sat around waiting for us to take them up to the thingy. I could use the barrels actually, that's fairly convenient. And just sort of put everything in there, and we don't need to put everything in there. We need to put sort of half our stuff in there. Random, sort. Oh, I did lock something. Yeah. So if we dash off to the tavern and do a quick run, plastic bars. Because we probably want to bring like the plastic bars and stuff up here anyway. And there you go. So we've still got loads of coal on the farm. So is it even worth bringing that coal? There you go. Oh yes, I guess I could show. So these are the level 2 turbines, and I made a whole sort of farm of them. And then I moved all of the level 1s down, which I'd made loads of. I didn't realise. And then that turned out to be like 900, gigawatts. So I no, 900 megawatts. So I then chucked a few extra ones in just to get us that achievement. But yes, if we take all of them, you see, we can dash up to the whatchamacallit? Observatory. Just get that box half ticked. Oh, we already got 900 there. I wonder if I've got more. How many have I got on me? So that is, yeah, so that'll be like 900. So if I've got 200, I don't think I've got 200. No, I've got 29. Okay, never mind then. But yeah, that'll basically be done, that research, which gives us the rocket fuel. And I can look at how complicated that is. But we don't actually need to do rocket fuel. Looks like coal isn't working. Why isn't coal working? What have we done wrong? Poor Nor. Iron bars aren't either. Why not? I guess the buffers just weren't filled up, or maybe emptied overnight. Well, it's not really buffering, is it? Which makes sense. Yeah, I suppose it wouldn't buffer, would it? You see. Ah, that's not connected, is it? So that won't be helping things. It won't buffer, say, because I'm not outputting enough, as it were. I don't know if I'm fussed about that or not. I never took that up to the thing, did I? Why was I was investigating what was going on with the buffering? Because this consumes a belt. So if I'm putting a belt in there, it's not really going to buffer unless it's unused, basically. So I suppose that's fine, but really I should put more stuff on. You see what I mean? She's trapped here, which means we can't get her to do research. So I'm not really a fan of delivering it as well, because you have more infrastructure around and people just get stuck on it. Okay, let's see if we can finish off unloading on the other end. So say, I think this is relatively, I mean, I guess I could leave a bit of room for the stone, you know, if we wanted to take stone. So maybe we have like iron unloading onto these two. What does that look like? So if we go, where's my unloaders? Oh, it's all in the barrels, isn't it? Idiot. Take on. Take on. Give this all. Okay. So yeah, we need one lane of like copper. All the way around. So let's leave a bit of room for the stone. So if we do like 1 copper, 2 copper, go get me copper. Where's my bumpers that I made? So there, every other one. So this should give us 2 belts of copper. Now, if I then move, so if I put that there, every other one. Why are you not working? Badly aligned belt, I guess. And then there. Oh, we're not powered. Okay, fine. What's that? That's the coal. And then move that one down there. Every other one. I should. We're going to put a stone on there. I've messed that up really, haven't I? Oh well. It's almost bus-like, isn't it? Interesting. You can't pass through these, but Toasty can. It's a bit strange that. But yeah, I mean, I could just hop it under with undies and sort it out, sort of thing. Okay, so the oxygen tanks require a chemical plant, which means water, you see. That's kind of why I've brought these over here. Because although it's not part of the recipe, I think the chemical plants have to have water, but I might be completely wrong on that. Yeah, they have to have it. There's no option. We can't rotate this thing, can we? Can I pick it up and... No, okay. So if I move that power pole... Put it there? No. What about around the back? Okay. Then we could use this, couldn't we? Wrong button. Because this is 100 psi, and I think... What have we got? So if you're making oxygen tanks, you need 20 psi to run. So we would have plenty with the water tank. Okay. So what I am basically thinking, because this turned out to be a lot smaller than I was hoping, and we just sort of make things in turn, essentially. So, you know, we'll make, well, we need 1,000 for that, and we need 2,000 for that. So I'll make 3,000 oxygen tanks, basically. How do we want to orientate that? We need to work it out, don't we? And I then kind of just send, because I don't believe I can take things in the back. I don't think there's any entrances. But if we have all these oxygen tanks, like, come this way. Wrong place. Excuse me. Just feed into one of these. I might do it slightly over so that if I wanted to potentially put something in, then we can. We do have some simpler ones. You know, oops, we have heat sinks still to do, for example. So we could maybe build them as well. Bring them round. And we've still got, we've still got like copper here and stuff, haven't we? Yeah, we've got a little bit of copper there. Bit of iron over here. Yeah. So we could maybe, do things like the heat sinks using those. Oh. That's probably a bit too far up, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so if we want, let's see, how do we want to do it? So the output is there. I got loads of space really. So I think maybe the fluid is probably the most annoying to hook up. Oxygen tank. So if we go. That's the output, isn't it then? So if I put that, say just move it down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that, and then just grab the water. Like so. Don't know if we lose pressure over distance. I don't think so, but we shall see. No, they seem to be happy. And then we can use the fact there's a space there. That on, so now powered. How much spare do we have? 887. Okay. The outputs all need to go onto that, like so. A bit prettier, and then I just need to load in iron. Well, I need to make iron plate and copper, and we can just load in the copper bar. So let's grab the copper bar first. Which way round do I want to do it? Because I need those to go in there, really, don't I? So we can undo across to. So I need one bit of regular belt, don't I? And I need space. So if I put. If I have a. Splitter. Doing that. Oop. Then that can feed in there. And then a splitter doing that. And then that just going across there. And that should provide all the bars we need. We need to make iron plates. Now isn't that 90 and 90 out? It is 90 and 90 out. Perfect. So similar idea, I guess. We need something going in there. And it needs electric trickery. Oops. There, say. So put that in there. Oh, 10 o'clock. I think we're nearly there. At least have one hooked up. There we go. So hopefully it should chug away making some tanks overnight. It'll feed them directly into rocket. We could put in a buffer maybe, so that they will accumulate when that's full. I mean, we need 1,000, so yeah, if we put one of those in towards the end. Cool. Sprinkles are okay for breakfast. Well, there you go. Official word. They have sprinkle in, I think, is it Norway or something, or Sweden, something like that? That's like one of their, they do like bread and buttered bread, and then sprinkle, you know, put sprinkles on it basically. I think it might be Belgian as well, they do that. Oh, I think theirs are like chocolate sprinkles rather than the sugar ones. These Europeans, eh? So that's where my socks have been going. Yeah, cool. I still got a stolen lamp. Right, how are we doing on oxygen tanks? We have oxygen tanks being made. Excellent. Loads of them, look. How many is it delivered? 404. No, wrong thing. 120. Oops. 120 of your finest oxygen tanks. Excellent. Let us put a buffer on here. Oops. And then, I say it's not going to fill up until the thing's full, but then it will fill up, and we can cut the supply, and hopefully, you know, 1,000 will accumulate, give or take. And we can also take the plastic bars, and then we have the rocket fuel recipe. We still need supercomputers. We don't know what that is. What next then? So we need, I mean, lightweight frames is chemical plants, so I'm thinking maybe we swap them over. Should we have a look at flow meters, since they're the biggest ones? Or maybe if I just do the heat sinks, you know, botch together something here. Because we got a load of those made. Now, heat sinks. Sinks for heating. Heat sinks for heating. There they are. So if we wanted to make 45 emanite, we would need to deliver 45 copper bars. Well, we've got an entire belt. I just realised I've effectively trapped my copper in, haven't I? Because of how I've done the tank thing. But that's not, we're not going to use that copper. We're going to use this copper here, which should be enough. But we would do, so effectively to produce 90, so if we do one belt of copper, we will get one belt of assemblers, but we would need to do jiggery pokery. Okay, how much have we actually got? I mean, yeah, we've got thousands. Okay, so we're going to need to smelt it. It's not quite as simple as it might seem. Have I got any more smelters left? Surely I do. Did I use them all up? No, got 12 of them. There we go. There they are. And we've got plenty of room, so... And how many do we actually need? We need another 1,800, so maybe we do try and do 2 belts worth. And then... yeah, okay, I can probably wangle this round. One there, one there. So I'm pretty sure these do 2. Oh no, it's 30 per minute. So we'd need 3 to fill a belt, wouldn't we? So if we do, say... Because that's got 2, and that's got 2, and then that's got 2. So that gives us 2 full belts. Yeah, 2 full belts, and then just use a bumper to like split it in half. Wrong place, put it there, say. Bam. didn't configure it. Every other one. Maybe do that. Another bumper. In fact, we could take that further over, couldn't we? And then bump it there. Every other one. Oops. Have that go in there. That go in. Oops. That go in there. Now, I did have a load of coal in the thing. It's quite efficient. I'm just wondering if I use a dispenser rather than mess about setting up a line. How much coal did I end up with? Yeah, you see. Loads already. And then we can just put some more in a box, basically. And just sort of hand fill it if needed. How many... I'm sort of running low on belts, aren't I? Okay, so there's that. Yeah, I can basically just put, you know, one of them on. Oh, that's a assembler, idiot. One of them on. In fact, let's put the belt in first and it won't weirdly orientate itself. Yeah, we'll just put like 2 in each. Oh, what did I pick up there? A copper ore. Okay. I say we will literally just, you know, because the coal lasts for ages. So if I put a, let's try and kill that one off. That one random patch. So we just store them basically. And I can hand feed it across. And we want, it's like 1-to-1 basically, isn't it, for the assemblers? Where do you come out of though? You come out of there. And heat sinks. Oh, run out of belt. Okay. Power poles. No, it's not connected. Annoying. There we go. Okay, so they'll make the heat sinks, but we need more belt. In order to hookerize everything up. There was, I'm sure there was another. I might have just used them all up. I'm sure I had another one with like loads and loads of belt in it. No. Okay. Okay, and I can get rid of weird flour and random bit of copper ore. Okay, I'm not going to put these, you know, directly in there. I'll take them up a bit in case I end up wanting to put something else in the middle. Oh, put the thing. I'll put like, oops. One in there and one in there. So that should chug through and do the heat sinks. We're already a quarter of the way through the oxygen tanks, which is pleasing. What else? That we can do. So there's the flow meters. How complicated? I think the flow meters involve blooming. Oh no, circuit boards and gears. Okay. And how many do I actually need? Because I ended up with like chests and chests of circuit boards. So we may not need to just to make them, just to, and it would be useful to get rid of all the circuit boards. So it's flow meters. It's only one per flow meter. So we probably need to make the gears, but we do have that little patch of iron as well that we could just try and use up. So let's try and make the flow meters. How many do we need? We need 3,000 flow meters. So we would need 3,000 circuit boards. How many do we actually have? We have 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800. So one of them is 1,000. Oh, that's the chips. Yeah, so you see I've got the chip. What are the... It must have been the chips I was thinking of. Each circuit board is one chip. So although I've only got actually 1,000 there, and a few which I probably want to keep for making things, I've then got an entire box there and virtually an entire box there. So that's not far off being enough to make all of those flow things. And I say it'd be good useful to get rid of most of them. But it does beg the computer question in that, do we try and set something up by the tavern to do a similar sort of job, maybe reprocess chips and stuff? Maybe? Sorry. Because what is it? Flow meters is gears. Similar level 2. 10 a minute. And requires 30 gears. So one belt of gears. We are using one. Well, I could use the other ones, couldn't I? Let's have a try on that one then. Let's see how that might work. So if we were to, whoops, try and bring flow meters in there. How many does this actually have? 2,300. Oh, no, it's got 10 left. Okay, so maybe if I just quickly sort of harvest all of this, and it's not in the way then. Is that right? Has it only got 10 left? Yeah. Don't know why I did that. What the flow meters made in? Oh, just an assembler level 2. Okay. So if you were a flow meter there, or you were making flow meters there. There we go. For some reason in my head they had lenses in them. And then that was flow meters. Because one belt of gears could support 3 of these machines. Circuit boards, as I say, we'll have to kind of... Maybe we basically hand feed them in, but I make them somewhere else maybe, if I need them. So effectively, if I just put, say, a thing there, or yeah, I might have to move it, but you get the point. I put that in the wrong place, haven't I? But just, throw the circuit boards in, because I've got a third of a chest already. And then we can directly feed in gears. Do we have power poles? We do. Because that needs 30, and doesn't an assembler one make 30? No, it makes 45. But if we only feed it 30, well, that's going to be fine, isn't it? I don't need that to be so far away, do I? I would say it'd be more efficient if it was 2. And I'm splitting them, but why mess about with that side of it? Why not just make... Oops. You know, I can split the iron plate in that way. And we can do that by... If we have... 2 of the... Wait. That produces 45, doesn't it? So I would need to split both of them. That's a bit tedious. That's fine. We'll work it out. So if we go, say... Gives us plenty of room. Like that. And then... it's sort of not going to matter. Because if we take like that down there, just think I can sort of combine these together. I have kind of the outputs going that way, and then if I just do a regular old inserter, because this will back up, although it'll make 45, it can only fit 30 in there, so it'll stop basically. I need to power everything as per. And so whatever's then left will go into that one. Very crude splittering basically. I mean, I could make it even more... Well, I can't, because I can't do 2/3. Would it be 2? Yeah, it'd be 2/3, wouldn't it? So yeah. What we then need to feed in, how much iron do we actually have here? Because we need to be able to support, or fit anyway, 6 of these on. Like so. Oops. In fact, better if I did it that way, wouldn't it? Be easier. So this gets us our 2... We're about to run out of time again. Oops. 2 belts of... Oops. Iron ore. Oh, we'll just do the same thing again with the coal. Put it there. So 1 of the belts there. Which can be... Oh. That one. Oops. In there. Rogue mouse. Cool. But yeah, I need to put some coal in both of those. This is now done. Excellent. Coal. That needs heat. How much coal have we mined? Oh, it's now dead. Okay. Just grab those. It'd be nice to have that chug away overnight as well. That. like that. So that gets iron plate. Those turn into gears. I'm not going to make this. I just need a few circuits in there, I think. Do, do, do. 11 o'clock. Run. So yeah, let's put, say, 3 in there. 3 in there. 3 in there. And that should make at least a few flow meters overnight. Excellent. Very nearly done on the heat sinks, which is nice. Yes. Cool. So we started off slow, you see, but it's sort of the prep work for getting everything ready to run. Throw the thingy. Well, indeed. Okay. Oh, we've done the heat sinks. Excellent. So let's take the rest of these if we can. Can't quite fit them all in, but how many would that leave? If I put, say, 100 in there. Salt. Whoops, that was not meant to be deposit. Salt. 100 in there, say, salt. Take all of these. I could also get rid of random iron ore. Oh, I can't. Got another one? I have got another one. So I can kind of, you know, smelt them and stuff. There's sort of plenty of room. But so I totally intended maybe if I need iron here, I can just make a bit there. And off we go. Let's put the circuits in this. How are we doing on the tanks? About halfway on the tanks. Okay. Why are you not working? Oh, it needs iron plate. Of course. Right. It's not. Okay. Got the recipe wrong. Let's put a buffer down. I don't want that to go on there. That's silly. There we go. Put those in there. And I can plate these up. So yeah, we need to make it out of iron plate, not out of... Okay. How can we do that? We're going to need to push this back, maybe? What I need to do... So basically, I just need to insert a manufacturing thing, don't I? And turn it into iron plate. Is that right? There we go. That's better. So I'll take some of them. Take all. Just temporarily move some random things over. And then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Pick that up. Okay. So we're at least making some flow meters, but we know we need more circuit boards. Isn't somebody making... Isn't the rail yard making circuit boards? How much copper do I have here? Lots of copper wire. It's just that we've done the heat sinks. So we could... I mean, I say I want to get rid of some of these blooming circuits. They're all from when I was pressing the computers. So I kind of do want to make some. You know, to get rid of them in a sense. What, you make them at 15 a minute, do you? So if we were just literally to put, so that would do then 30. The flow meter uses 10 a minute, and we're using, so 30 would match our rate, wouldn't it? So if we were to do 2 of these, in other words, we would be making them at the rate that the other's going to consume them. So long as I kind of keep on top of, you know, production, move them when I have to, I can do a quick one of our old school botch togethers. So in other words, if we take all of them and deposit, and take all of them again and deposit, so we've got half and yeah. So I did end up with loads because they're just loads of computers. I wonder if I can just fill it. Well, I don't think recipes, oops, use them as such. Deposit. Deposit. Like on the right, oh, yeah, deposit. And then, oops, grab those. Whatever I've got there. Deposit. So yeah, maybe we keep a couple of hundred just in case. Okay. I do need somewhere to put the output. And it's like 2 to 1. So if we... because these we are going to use. But we can repurpose the heatsink protection. To make some copper wire instead, I believe. I think it's just literally Swapsy recipe. So if we configure that, yeah, it's just copper bar. Although it's more greedy, uses more stuff. Oh. Oh, I guess it's got the one that it's made. That symbol means it's got one inside it, maybe? Okay. And then all we need to do, really, because I do want heat sinks, you know, so they're useful. And we can just sort of pop that there, say. And I think, oh, I need to take that out. Is that right? So it makes heat sinks at a rate of 45 a minute, and we were doing 2 belt. So a belt was completely full. But then it only makes it a rate of 30 a minute. 45 a minute? 30 a minute. And requires 60. So in other words, I can sort of take these and kind of combine them together. And initially, you know, there you go. So we're now getting gaps in the thing. And say we do want heat sinks because they're useful. We use them in particularly in the power pole level 2. There we go. You see, but that'll all sort of fill up that buffer. This one's not. Is that because that's the wrong? No, it's just full and waiting. Cool. We do need to make sure we've got coal. That's the wrong way around. Why did you build it that way around? So we take all of that, get rid of these guys, and maybe have a quick shifty round. Let it chug away. Oops. So I'm not, in fact, maybe let's just try and keep 2 stacks for the time being until that chest fills up. Oh, we ran out. Okay, fine, no problem. Flow meters have stopped. Why have flow meters stopped? What did I do? Oh, I never even inserted them. What a Dumbo. What a Dumbo. Oh, was that not where they are? No, it isn't. Why did that have the symbol like that? Hmm. There they are. But yeah, we can always go and grab circuits from the rail yard, I think. I think that's where they are. And it's not going to run out for a while. Okay, so we've got flow meters, at least some being made. Oxygen tanks are about 2/3 of the way there now, give or take. Lightweight frames, fiberglass, ceramic plates, all quite complicated. Rocket fuel we can't do until we've done even more oxygen tanks. So let's have a think about maybe something like the ceramic plates. I mean, we've delivered 400. How many did I end up with here? Only a couple hundred. I think they're used for something, aren't they? Like the synthesizers or something. So I do want to keep a few. But what are you made from? Oh, you're just stone and quartz. Okay. So we do have excess water. But we... Oh, they're made in assembler 2s. Okay. So how many do we need to deliver? 600 more, isn't it? We've already got that. So if we were to try and do, say, 3 of those, this is where the stone's coming in, isn't it? Because 3 would give us, that's an entire belt of stone. So we could go and mine that up, no problem. We do have, there is like a research for doing like a level 2 miner. So that, you know, I don't necessarily need to use as many as I am, but I didn't do that research because it seemed a bit, I don't, you know, it's like 1 less machine or something, or 2 less machines. It's not going to make much of a difference here. I think it has a bigger coverage area as well, maybe something like that. But you see, I got loads of them. So if we take some of the water pumps and the actual pipes, whatever happened to my underground pipes? I must have used them up in the other one. Can I hand make underground pipes? I'm just thinking, might need to. Oh, it says I can craft them. Okay. So I might need to wangle them round. We're going to need synthesizers. We've got 2, okay, and we're going to need recyclers. We've got 5. Water pumps we've got. If we need more pipes, we've got. How many belts have we got? Not that many. Let's grab some more belts. Cool. Pumps. Have I got power poles? I could grab some more power poles. Let's see how we get on with that. ceramic plates. So, because I can just sort of carry this water on, really. Moving the stone round, and that might be a little difficult. Let's do the stone first, then. Let's put it on one of these belts, I think. Just so that we've got that rolling. There's me underground. There's me underground. I got tons of it in a box as well, so why not? I could probably just hand move it over again. Where is the miners there? 2, 3. Take you out. Cool. So let's just put it on there. And then that'll probably need undergrounding. Plenty of room there. So I kind of think if I just keep going, because there's it's the crystal part that I need those for the water, you know. Rather than the thing, but so it's these guys, isn't it? The green. What the heck does it call these? Synthesizer. That's it. 30 psi. 2,000 watts. How many psi spare have we got in here? 40 psi. So if I was to put 2 on, I would overload it basically. So if we put it in, I think these are only 5 or something, aren't they? So tiny. Oh, I didn't say because it's not powered. Let's put you there. 5 psi. So if I just underground that bit. So I don't know what I did with them. I don't have many. I guess I must have used them in the other bit, but I don't really use them at all. Where are you? There you are. Connect that. What we've got now? So 45. So we need to get it up to 60, don't we? So we need 50, 55, 60. There's a research that doubles them as well, but so I can't be bothered. And then if we put the synthesizer on there somehow, what would that? Maybe I do, because you gotta. I can't remember. You get the actual things out, don't you? Whatchamacallit, the fragments. So maybe if I don't do that instead. Because we'll end up with, I'm thinking we end up with ceramic tile or whatever it is. Ceramic plate production here. And I need 3 of them, was it? 30. Yeah, I was thinking 3. These stones. Get in the bin. So if they were something like that, then we would need to feed like stone across. Like that. I think I'll move them down somewhere, but we're doing 3 of them, so we need the full belt of stone, and then we need to work out how much this actually produces when given the things, because we need to bleed off some in order to make more. And it was this one that I was struggling with, where it's doing weird things. of making it and not making it. Maybe I put these here just to give me a bit more room. Or one of them anyway. Put you there. And then there. We have used up all of our stuff. Maybe I could... It's 9:45, isn't it? So if that was actually that way round... Yeah, let's go to bed. Oh, can't get through there. Can't get through there at all. Crikey. Penned myself in. Oh, the thing I was... Oh, I don't know why I did that. I forgot to say, I mean, I'm making a video on I keep wanting to call it Substrate. In fact, I'm pretty sure I've called it Substrate in the actual recording I've just done. But okay, I've had a weird day. I played a bit of the Terminator No Fate because I'm terrible at games and terrible at platformers, and I've not finished. It's meant to be, well, it is easy. It's not easier than I remember those games being, but I've still not finished the first playthrough. I say I'm rubbish at. It didn't help for me that it's controller. I just don't have controller. You know, give me mouse and keyboard any day. You know, which you can probably. I'm guessing you probably can use mouse and keyboard, but it'd be really clunky, I think. Yeah, so I had another go on that and didn't finish, but made some more progress. A lot of them is about remembering. It's a very old school style of game, like deliberately, not in a nostalgia type way, which is not, I appreciate, but yeah, it's a bit sort of like learning where everything is actually the key part to it. So if we sort of rearrange this a bit, I think again. You're in the way, Leo. I don't want to hit you with a hammer. In fact, let's do that. Get rid of that, and then something like that maybe there to avoid thingy issues. And then we put that one that way around. So we have both of the crystals. Most of the, the actual quartz is coming out of that way. Do I then... Because I'm going to put it in a recycler. In order to get the stuff, the bits. Let's put the recycler over here somewhere, because we might need two anyway. So if we put it like there, and then is that part of the machine? No. Because I can then underground, safely out the way, across to there. Oh, I've run out of belt. No, I haven't. Why are you not building belt? I'm too far away. So we put a splitter there. I tell it to do every other one. Cool. If I then put a second one of them, just in case. I don't think that's needed. So that was sort of the redundancy thing I was doing before. Then this... No, that is the right position. So we go... No, that's the wrong... Wrong hole. I'm wondering about maybe trying to use the... No. But I think I want to sort of have a... I know it's weird, but have one of them there as... Or two of them maybe. But with like an overflow setting. Because it was this one that just didn't seem to be working properly. I can't understand why. Is that how I want to do it? So it's very odd, but I mean, we could just get away with one actually, I think, because it's not going to make them that quickly. And we set this to overflow, which should only take them. I mean, they should only reach there, you know, when this is full. But basically, I think that'll work. But I say it's a bit weird. That I don't think that's necessary. But again, it shouldn't have been necessary on my original. Oh, it's a different place, isn't it? Oh. On my original one, but the quartz kept failing basically, so I don't know what the actual issue was. How are we doing on? So we've very nearly done all the oxygen tanks. We're only about 6th of the way through the low meters though. What have I come down here for? What have I come down here for? I don't know why I've come down here. Don't know. We need to hook that stone up. We'll leave that for the minute. And what we can do, we have to take out more of these blooming rocks. In fact, that's going to be in the way, isn't it? I'll just give that a whack. It doesn't need to be connected. This is more for sort of aesthetics, really, because it's connected in 2 other places. But I'm going now. But yeah, so I didn't finish that point at all, did I? Classic me. The same there. I've been working on a video of the subsurface, and very much in the Factorio for Artifact style of just setting it going and blathering on. It's quite a lot of fun going through it all. I don't know that it's massively insightful because it's kind of, oops, it's quite obvious. But it's fun to do. So we have filled up with oxygen tanks. Excellent. So if we knock these on the head, deposit in there. How many do we need to take? Because we can have quite a few in a chest. Not thousands, but you know, maybe 100 or so. I'll say my bum's gone numb. But yeah, so I'll try and edit that down. I'm gonna be fairly, simple with it. I'm not gonna go too fancy, I don't think. Obviously, that needs to come out for members first, so I'm thinking a week. Have member early access for that one. So we've got the 2 ingredients there, and we want to hook up the whatever they're called thingies. What we're making? We're making ceramic. what are they called? Ceramic plates. I'm going to leave plenty of space between these because tons of room, and might as well do that rather than mess about with too many splitters and what have you. Did I put that ceramic place? I did. Let's get over to power pole. Can be a little weird how it lets you connect some of the power things, I must say. Okay, so they're all ready to go, and then we want, like, if we do say that there, and a bumper, or just do a, I'm sure I've got plenty of, yeah, just do one of them, but doing one every third one, because it's going to deliver 90, and we need 30 on each of those. And then this just needs an even split. Every other one. I need to get rid of that blooming stone. Put it in there. Oops, and in there. Cool. And then what do you actually need? 10 a minute in theory. I don't know how many quartzes we would make. We need to charge. That's why I was going down. I need the crystal bits to get it running. Okay. Can I go over the pipe with you? No, I can't. Okay. We can run around quicker. That was what I was after. Crystal bits. You gotta get your crystal bits. Here we go. Got 8 quartzes. Oh, I've only got 8 quartz. I've not got any bits. Okay. Unless they're in here, are they? No? Huh. Wonder how I ended up with that then. It feels like there's something missing. Oh, I've not recharged this, have I? Let's grab 3 each of them then, and then just put 1 in there. In fact, 2 in there, that's right. 1 in there. Cool. So I'll throw these in here, and then we need to do a bit of a recharge, a refresh, a re on the thingies. So we'll only put 1 in because I can't be bothered at the moment to go and into the mine. The idea is this is going to make the crystally bits, the quartzy bits rather, and it should be overkill. We shouldn't need 2 of them. So that's fine. This inserter, in fact, probably better to help with, yeah, no limit. So it will grab everything it can, but this is quite slow, this process. So it will take a while for it to back up. You see, 1's come round in the time it's crushed it. So the quartz is actually quicker to crush, isn't it, then? 15 a minute, it's saying. How many do you make? 5 a minute. So these 2 together can make 10, which means 3 of these is a pipe dream, isn't it? That's only ever going to support 1. So for the time being, let's forget about doing 3 of them then. See if we can feed Leo into the machine. Yeah, this should back up basically. Belt should just like fill up. I mean, it take a while because this holds quite a lot. You see, it's already. Oops! Didn't mean to do that. I picked it up. Can't reach it. Okay. Right, let me put it in. I don't know. Can I put it on the belt? Yeah. So yeah, it backs up basically. And it's got one there as a sort of a spare, effectively. I'm kind of I don't know what this interprets as overflow. Is one of the things. It'll take a while for it to get there, I think. But see now this is full. So this is like our backup. But if something goes wonky here, like this, can't grab a crystal or what have you, this is always going to have stuff in it because it's, you know, this is making 15 a minute. This is requiring 5 a minute. So effectively, one of those should be able to supply 3 of these, and I've only got 2. So there will always be excess overproduction. You see, so how is that overflow? Overflow shouldn't... I guess it means because it's sat there, which effectively it's then doing nothing, is it? Don't know. Okay. Oops, getting late. So we could put more of those on if we could fit them in somehow. I could maybe do exactly the same thing. Maybe put it up there and, you know, we could just build a second one here. Have it feed over. Feed a second machine. We don't really need as many ceramic plate because I was making them. And I do have... I've got 200 in the thing. So yeah, I think we will leave that for now. Okay. How many... Well, we'll see how many oxygen tanks we've got tomorrow. Oops, where's it? As we might be able to knock that on the head. Oh, I forgot to take the things down, didn't I? Because this will have stopped. Well, the flow meters are still going. How many have you got in? Only 25. Okay, so it'll burn through them overnight. And we kind of need to do a manual ferrying job. That's fine, we'll do that first thing in the morning. Oh, we're 65% of the way there. That's not bad, is it? Well, there you go. So yeah, because we can grab a couple hundred plastic bars now. And if it's made 1,000 oxygen tanks, that'd be great. But let us first see about in fact, if I dump these in here again, just to give ourselves a bit of room. Oops. In fact, I want to keep those. We can also see about, in fact, why is that even a thing I've got? And then, oh, no, can't put them in there. Get rid of that. And then deposit them. Just to make room for the very lazy moving of the cables over. Really, I guess I should be doing them here, shouldn't I? Really? Oops! I should have the buffer. Sort of attached on the end, really. Okay. Oh, that's the chips one. Whoops. So got about half a thing there. Bit short on that. Okay, I wonder if I could just grab. Out of the way, Pico. Oh, we've not got that many left. Okay, never mind. Where did I... Oh, there you are. So that keep them going for a little while. If we transfer the chips over to our other one, and then we can grab our bits and pieces and see how many oxygen tanks we've got as well. Well, let's have it. Are there ceramic plates coming in at all? There's flow meters, no ceramic plates. Okay. Why not? I never connected the stone up, did I? But at least that belt's full. Oops, so something's not gone wrong. Yeah. Okay, we'll take that as being okay. But yeah, so that should get our... I mean, that should just run. We don't need to do anything to fix that. Let's have a look and see just quickly how many of these we've got. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. About 700-ish. So we've not actually got enough to do the thing here, but and we're going to put them in there. Deposit. What have we got? Take all, sort. So I've got a lot of extra of them, haven't I? And I don't really need all of the pipes. Now we've ended up with one random stones. Because that gives me, I can get like 500 or something. And we could run them, the tanks up. Oh, I deposited them, didn't I? Rather than take all, sort. 100, 250, 100, 200, 300, 400, 550. So it's about half. So we should be in a situation where we're... It's actually not quite there, is it really? Could I get rid of... I just think because the next run up could just be, you know, plastic and tanks, and that gets us the rocket fuel research, and we can at least find out what that is. We're not going to do it for, well, today, certainly not. Flow meters is ticking. Oh, that's going to be a while, isn't it? Ceramic plate still doesn't appear to have moved, so I might have still messed that up, or it's just taking a while. Pause it. But yeah, so if we next time come up, you know, bring 200 plastic bars and 450 oxygen tanks, then that's that box ticked. Okay. What was the other thing I was gonna look at how much cash we could oh, we've actually got gems all the way backed up on here as well. Gems. Diamonds. What we got there? We got over 185 diamonds, which should be, if they're 100 each, uh, 20 grand? Not quite enough to do, well, under 20 grand, but yeah, not quite enough to do the thing. Let's have a go. Could do with a mass sell button, but I don't appear to have one. I wonder if... No, I thought maybe right click might do 5 or something. Because once we've done that, I'm assuming there isn't another level to Auntie's house. 18,610. And we needed 30, I think, for... Let's just have a quick check. So, because there might be a second level. You know, it's like an ad, a bit like Stardew, where you... Oh, will you not tell me what the prices are? No, bum. Okay. Okay. Then how about we go and just grab a load of chips, grab a load of plastic while we're here, so that we're now ready to go. We could also, I mean, we could do this, waiting for some of them to clear up. So if we just sort of grab, we don't want all of them. Let's do, say, that many. Yeah, we could make the gears for the machine god. Machines for the machine god. Machines for the machine god. Gears for the gear throne. Take them. So that gets us the the 200 we need. Just to tick that rocket fuel off. So we need to make 450 oxygen tanks. How are we doing on belt? Because we might want to redo our botched together belt area out of that iron. I want to do 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Sort. And oh, there we go. Ceramic plates. Cool. How many have we delivered? 466. So we've delivered 4. Marvellous. Couple hundred chips. Couple hundred circuits. Nice. Flare meters. What's I going to do? So if I put the plastic in here, just so it's out of the way. How many tanks did I have? 100, 250. So if we've made another 200, we could actually knock that on the head. Not quite, but not far off. I wonder how many are on the belt. Because you don't want to... I'm not sure if there's a particular use. I don't want an entire, you know, buffer full of oxygen tanks. And we'll probably find we need to feed them into, you know, the next stage as well or something, but... Yeah, it's at the sort of rate there, isn't it? Because once I've got the farm upgrades, I can repurpose this. We can literally just swap out the gems, the one that's up there, and it'll make a load of quartz as well. I'd have to hand bring them down, but that's fine. What do I want to do then? 100. So do we need... How many have I got here? Salt. 100, 200, 300. 439. Okay. So if we can fill our britches with oxygen tanks, then that's that research done. I can finally see what thingies are about. Let's and I might, let's say, might need the oxygen tank, so I'm just going to sort of leave them chugging for a while. You see, I can repurpose all of this simply by throwing in the different crystals. Simply a case of simply throwing in simple crystals. Okay, let's pause it away. Biddly bob. Fuel for rockets. Rocket fuel. Fuel for rockets. Done. Say rocket fuel blueprint is ready. One more blueprint to go now, though, and then I believe you have everything you need. Not quite, because I haven't done the efficiencies. What does this involve? This involves circuit boards, lightweight frames, and batteries, all of which we've kind of got to make anyway. Convenient. Okay. Let's check it on there. Excellent. Once you do all the requirements, blah blah blah. Okay. Now, rocket fuel. Fuel for rockets. Rocket fuel. Where are you? You're here. So it's obviously a chemical plant. It's coal and iron plate. Wow, that is super simple. Does not stack. Interesting. Interesting. But that's really nice because we can deconstruct all of the oxygen tank stuff and use that space, but we have literally got coal and iron plate. Well, iron things. So we could get that going. I was a bit afraid that might be weird and complicated. But no. Okay. I like that then. I like that then. I wonder if we do that next then. Since it's simply coal and iron plate. I might be able to just wheedle it around and just leave the tanks thing to make a couple of hundred more. Do I want to do a couple hundred more? Do you know what I mean? So I've basically got this entire row here that I can turn it with, and 2 rows of coal that I can turn into rocket fuel. So do I want to get rid of the... Because this would also free up... We're going to have to do it anyway to get the other things going. Yeah, I think if we maybe... How many is it made? 140. So let's like deconstruct the machines. So what do we actually want to do? We want to kind of get rid of like all of this basically. Because it is chemical plants, which is the same thing. It's just, it's sort of easy just to get rid of it all basically, but we want the same stuff. Well, not the copper. We want coal instead. Yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. Let's just chop this back. Salt. But it's iron plate, isn't it? Nice and easy. Let's see then. Where were they? They were sort of. Was I putting them in? I can't remember how I had it. Yeah, rocket fuel. 20 psi it needs, so it's less, isn't it? Is that right? No, exactly the same. So it can still support 3 of these. That's fine. Looks like I must have had that there, I guess. Rocket fuel. And you need iron plate. Well, it needs 90 coal a minute. Okay, so we're only going to be able to support 2 then, aren't we? But we've got 90 coal out of 2 things. So that's... I'm glad I brought that around now. I was a bit worried that I'd sort of done something really rather pointless. But yeah. And this only needs 18, doesn't it? Iron plate, yeah. So we need both of these coals. So we get rid of this power pole. Like that. Tidy it up a little bit. And then something's going to have to hop onto something else, isn't it? So let's do... because this coal needs to go in there somehow. Let's do the coal as the non-underground one. Like so. And then that's the output, isn't it? Yeah. So if we go that, I want an undie. No. But we'll just take it out of the way then. That... What? Building is in the way. Oh, I've already got one there. That's what he's moaning about. Can't have 2 undies in the same space in this game. See what I mean about the quartz, though? It's eating all the quartz. But how? Because this only uses 10 a minute. Because it was backed up to here before. These are now both full. So how is this not producing 10 a minute? Because that's what these produce. That's the rate for these. 5 a minute. And 5 a minute. So how is that not 10 a minute? How is that using up all of the quartz? Something janky there. This also needs to go down here. Whoops. Connect on there. And then we basically need to what? Underground. Whoops. That across to there. Pop in. Get ourselves a splitter. No. Oh, this was unpowered, isn't it? That's a level 1. Level 2 will work. Okay. There we go. So that'll make our rocket fuel. Excellent. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Leah. Calling you for no reason. Let's have a look at this quartz again then. See what I mean? It's using it all up. Don't get that at all. Don't get what's wrong with that. It's 11 o'clock. Let's go to bed. Cool. How are we doing? 67% of the way. Marvellous. So it is 6:37. I might well end this game this day early. Not least of all because I can actually do with I could do with a pee if I'm honest. And I did blather on. I did blather on for about 10 minutes yesterday with no one watching. Well, with no audio, so no one could hear what I said. And I don't want to repeat that. I mean, I mostly blather on with nobody listening, don't I? But there you go. Okay, so 1,000 circuit boards we can do for the supercomputer, no problem, because we've got an entire box worth of circuit boards. Let's look at it from here. The flow meters are just chugging away. They're going to be a good couple of days. Lightweight frames and fiberglass, you know. Ceramic plates, as noted. I don't understand what's wrong. Why the crystals aren't being made, but they aren't being made at the rate you'd expect, and it says they should. Were batteries complicated? Rocket fuel we've started, but it's not put any in. I think that's because I disconnected this belt, didn't I? Doesn't this not go? Yeah, it doesn't go anywhere now. So if we take all of them, no. Right, so don't know that we need to buffer them, but we'll just leave that there. So that's rocket fuel finally going in. We could get rid of some rubbish, but we could make sure these are running. Oxygen tanks in there in case I need them. Get some iron plates. Do. Get rid of that. How many stone? Fine with stone. Okay. Do have excess power poles though, but could do with more belt. Don't really need winches, so we could go and mess about. Let some of these things, you know, push through, and we could go and mess about and make some iron gear wheels for the machine god. We would need some inserters, some furnaces, some level 1 assemblers, buffers so that I can manually transfer. Shall we do that? Because it'd be quite nice to sort of finish off, just have it, you know, make its way through some of the things that we needed to make, so that, you know, if we can get the flow meters ticked off, we can repurpose all of that. I think the other one needed flow meter, like the other research, it needed flow meters, so we could fill up a buffer of them maybe. Oh, somebody's complaining about not having something down the bottom here. I suspect this is the copper. Is the copper all gone? It is. We have eaten the copper. But then we are not really in need of the copper. We've also eaten pretty much all of the iron ore. That might be more problematic. How far off are we on the flow meters? I can't see them. Not even halfway. Okay. Let's just go and let's go and mess. In fact, let's grab some crystals, diamonds. What have we got? 18,610. It's only 17 more there, but another 9 there. Okay. Because that's 2,600. Oh, which would take us over. Okay, let's go and sell them then. Oh no, it wouldn't take us because it's 30,000 for the upgrade, I think. He's finished work for the day, Mr. Highly Busy Mayor. Cool. Highly busy mayor. I've not really ended up using these, have I? But then these aren't, you know, like a lot of these components aren't particularly in need for the things we're producing. Maybe, you know, maybe they are used in batteries or something, but I don't remember that being the case. Let's see now. We want to use this, don't we? For convenience. So I want to say, because 2 filled a belt, didn't it? So that's 1 belt of iron thingies, which is 2 furnaces. And then I'll probably do the manual, will I? It'd be nice to just leave this going. But let's do that. Get the old buffer chain going. Maybe do a storagey one on the end as well. And then so we get one of them in there. I think we'll be okay. Kind of dumb having this end, as it were, isn't it? But there you go. That's me all over. So, give that a whack. And then I want to bring it sort of that way. One of you split that. I think I've done these differently every single time. It's the same net difference, it doesn't really matter. So that, oh no, I don't want to do that, do I? What I want to do first is turn them, well, in fact, multiple things. I need to turn them into iron plates. And the iron plates is 19 minutes, but the gear wheels is only for, oh, that's a storage thing. Only 45, yeah, only 45. So, need to put that, say, there. And, what, if we put buffer there, there's a tree in the way, oh, no. Because we still need thousands, I think. I don't think this is a small amount. Why is that? Why is nothing coming out? Okay. No idea why I built this in the grass, but I did. Cool. So that gets us a couple of thousand there. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to sort of leave a chesticle here so that I can sort of throw stuff in and move it back and forth. Because I've got plenty of these. Let's do 2. So we can drop all of our stuff in there. Do I want to do a second one? It'd be nice and easy to fit one in, wouldn't it? Could we do, say this, yeah. One there. One there. In fact, we should do the iron plate there. And then split it. Here's. Here's. Oh, I haven't got any debris left. Need copper wire. Bum. Okay. Where would copper wire be? Could I make it myself? If I grab some copper bars. Can I make copper wire? How many do I need? Was it copper wire? Loads, okay. We only need like 3, I think. 4 would be nice. Can't get through there. Yeah, 4's nice. Yes, so we need a splitter there. Bosh de bosh. Might as well put that, say, there, so it's nice and in parallel. So maybe do that like that. Like that. Or actually, I wasn't intending for that to go in there, was I? How about we pick all of that up? That there. That there. And then leave a couple of these here so that we can move stuff over, no problem. And then we want the same sort of deal with a belt of iron ore. There and there. This is where we run out of belt as well. Oh, another one. In fact, I need 2, don't I? Oh, I could use a bumper if I got one. Can I make another one? No. There we go. Okay. So, idea would be put all of the things in here. And all of the things in here. Oh, idiot. I don't need to put that in there. Why has it not put that on there? Huh. Weird. Yeah, and then sort of grab, you know, what we got, take all. I'm sorry, obviously not. It's not been running long enough to do anything. Oh, hello, Peter. Welcome. Follow age. I would say that's like how long you've been following. Crikey. 4 years and 6 months. Oh my god. I didn't know. Oh my. I suddenly feel ancient. Long time indeed. Hope you're doing well. Is in here? Deposit. How far off are we? Oh, we're only about 5,000 away. For some reason, I thought that was a lot lower. Because 5,000, a chest holds 1,000, doesn't it? So if we can fill all of these up, that's us doing the having done the machine gun bit. Okay. Because I know what I get from that, or at least I think I do, and it's going to be quite useful. Okay. Many GGs have been had, indeed, indeed. I'm actually about to finish. I'm only going for another 5 minutes or so, but you are welcome to join. Well, watch along for the last little bit. Obviously, nothing stopping you. I don't know why I said it like that. Why have I got a gap there now? Something janky has happened with the. Yeah, there's a bug going on there. What was I going to do? I needed 1,000 circuit boards, which are over at the train station. That was kind of the secret reason for going over there, was to grab those extra circuit boards, but I then completely forgot about that. So what we would then need to make would be the lightweight frames and batteries, which we need for the other stuff anyway. So we're not making them at all. Let's take as many as we can. We need 1,000 of them, don't we? So that's more than I put in there. What's happened to your? Oh, it's no. So it's I have carpal tunnel. And it's a restraint rather than a. It's not like it's not injured as such. It's just that it stops me from moving it about because you know, with a mouse you do that, you know, like twist your wrist a lot, and by sort of restraining it, it causes me to use my elbow to move it. Basically, that's kind of the logic behind it. It's also, you know, support and stuff like that, but yeah, it's sort of it helps me not get carpal tunnel, basically, rather than it's not fixing it, as it were. Okay, so we have run out of these guys anyway, so we need to chuck those in. What we've got there is got 3 and a bit stacks, nothing in there, so we've got all 4 in there. But yes, it's not. I mean, it's injured, obviously, because I've got carpal tunnel, but yeah, it's not sprained it or something like that. Okay. So I'm thinking basically, I think or feed these in automatically. Maybe I don't know how many circuits I've actually. I've got none left. No, I've got loads. Yeah, because it's like 3 to 1, isn't it? 2, yeah, 2 to 1. Okay. So I'm thinking maybe if I get rid of these, I'm not going to do this now. If I get rid of them and just feed it in from there, because this is that's empty, isn't it? No, there's nothing on that. So I must have completely got rid of the copper. Okay, let's put these circuit boards in. Because we do still need lots and lots of these. 250. What's that at now? So bosh, bosh, bosh. 250. Bosh, bosh. 250. That leaves. So we could do another single stack in each. No problem. So if there's 100, 200, 300 in each, and that's one circuit board per flow meter, then we've got 900 sort of ready to go, and we need 1400, so we would still need to make more of these to fulfill the flow meters, plus we need them. Well, we don't need them, but there's the other research to fulfill at the observatory. Okay. Oh, nuts! I'm going to bed. I thought I had that paused. That's annoying. Okay, I take it easy. I've just come from playing Satisfactory. I need to try this game out. It's good. It's good fun. It's a lot simpler than a lot of the. I think I'll just wake up. All that happens. So it's like if you played Stardew Valley. I mean, I'm sure you know Stardew Valley because everyone knows Stardew Valley. But if you ever played it, it's like it's sort of a cross between the Factorio and Stardew Valley. Can't believe I was saying it's already 10 AM. So you just lose time when you don't lose your inventory like in Stardew or anything like that. So I will pause that there. And I'll put my schedule up. And this time I'm going to check whether the audio's coming through properly. Where's my button? There's my button. There we go. Do we have audio? We do have audio. Yeah, so Little Rocket Lab is... I say the sort of concept of it is what if Stardew Valley meets Factorio? In reality, the Stardew Valley side of it is like more light. There's some bits you kind of have to do some of it to get the story progressed. Basically, it goes through stages of story, which is where I still am, and then you get to a point post game where you can just build rockets. I believe. Excuse me, you just keep building them. But the initial part is story. Story led, so it is kind of, I'm not sure it's going to bear a lot of repeating, because you're going to do exactly. I mean, you get more efficient, and you know what you're doing and know where what recipe to do next and all that sort of stuff. So there'll be that side of it, but it's a fixed map. It's blah blah blah. But there is also a social side to it. I think if I flip back actually. So the social side to it is like Stardew, and you do you get more happiness for everybody. And I don't know what happens when you get to any of them to 5. Oh look, Tracy's at 3 for some reason. But yeah, these, so we've got Dottie's the closest. So you can give them gifts like you do in Stardew and stuff like that. So you can boost it that way. Schedule, there we go. But it's much lighter, that side of it. It's not really, you can engage more with it if you want to, but it's a bit more focused on the factory side of it. But also the factory side of it is quite light touch anyway. None of the recipes are staggeringly complicated with 20 steps or anything. I mean, they're not really in any of the other games, but they're not. It's a lot simpler than Factorio. There's a lot you can do simply by having a machine and a box. You don't have to do big chains. There isn't really the room to do a bus or anything like that. So it's more like, it's intended more as a sort of a light introduction to factory type. sort of do that one for do Little Rocket Lab first, and then move on to the hardcore stuff like Satisfactory and Factorio. But yeah, I really like it. It's good fun, and I say it is like a light version of Factorio, basically. Speaking of which, we're sort of, I don't know how it's. My intention is to finish this before Christmas. I want to get the story part of it, move on to that end game stuff, and then I'll stop the series there before Christmas. There's obviously only one stream left before Christmas. We've got, I mean, as it says on the thing, we're like 60% of the way through the rocket, but that's because the things we've done, the servos, the heat sinks, are like more items, whereas the things we've got left are complicated. So we've got these supercomputers which I haven't even unlocked the recipe for, so it feels a bit like I won't do it in the 3 hours next week. But I don't know. What I might do, just as a cheeky thing, is kind of leave the game running effectively. You can't really do it because you've fought, the pass out stuff, and it stops at the end of the day and all that sort of stuff. It only saves at the end of the day. That's a Stardew thing, but they are going to change that. So I can't really leave it running. I've got to babysit it a little bit, but I might just leave it running so that we tick off the things that I'm making. Or I could just run around. I mean, I might run around and get those circuits and stuff like that, so that then we've got the flow meters. I could maybe stick a load in a chest as well. So the things we're doing next week are, because the rocket fuel we can do, it just needs time to chug through. But then we will have like batteries and fiberglass and lightweight frames, which are complicated to make and slow. So that's why I'm not sure we'll get there. And we haven't even done the computer research. If I'm honest, I'm tempted to dump, because the other stream I'm doing, the Saturday one, the Crashtorio 2, I'm going to pick that up. I'm not intending to finish that at Christmas, so I am tempted to play Little Rocket Lab on the Saturday as well. And then, if I finish it, I can just do Crashtorio 2 on the Sunday. And Saturday is obviously a bit more of a flexible day. If we get to 7 o'clock and I just need an extra hour, I can do that a lot easier on a Saturday than a Sunday. So yeah, I might swap them around, is the point, basically. So I might swap them around. If it looks like it's going to get nowhere near, I will pick up, there's like a single stream, maybe over Christmas for Little Rocket Lab, in a little gap I might have. But otherwise, yeah, Crashtorio 2 Spaced Out will continue. Post New Year, I will probably pick up Satisfactory. You can see me get really, really annoyed with it again until I stop. But yeah, I think that will be it. The big change though after Christmas is I will only be doing 2-hour streams, because that'll give me a bit more time to work on videos. I've got more into doing the videos. Speaking of which, there's the usual thing that if you're watching on Twitch, you can also watch on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, you can also watch on Twitch, because I use Restream to stream to both. However, YouTube is the only one with the VODs. So that's got the archive VODs of all of this series, as well as these two series, rather, as well as all the dozens of Factorio series I've done, Satisfactory, Dozens for Your Program, Tectonica, all of those building and management games that I've been doing. YouTube also has my proper videos, as it were, my proper pre-recorded, pre-scripted videos. The latest of which went up on Friday and seems to have been, quite popular. That is looking at the series the big series I'm doing is the Law Speculation series for Factorio, and that one looks at why the Shattered Planet would be shattered. If you do decide to go and watch that, if you're watching this, watch the How video first, because it really is part 2 of a conversation. So it really makes more sense if you watch the How you would shatter a planet video and then the Why you would shatter a planet video, both of which are on there. There's a playlist. The other, I am doing other videos, so there's like some mini tutorials that I'm doing for Factorio, as well as I'm starting a new series basically about what I want for 2.1, which will be a bit more simple in its production. The first video for that goes up in January. As I mentioned earlier on in the stream, I'm also doing a quickie for, quickie. I think the video is going to be over an hour long. But it's a sort of a deep dive into the recent video for Subsurface, which is like the Factorio alike that's being made by the UltraCube dev, the modder who made UltraCube. So yeah, I've done a sort of deep dive on what's in that trailer. Hoping to pick that one. I think that'll be a good one for me. Whether people will be interested in watching it, you never know. Oh yes, and I guess the other thing is membership. So there are memberships available on YouTube. You get early access to the videos. You get like emotes in chat. There's also a retrospective series I'm doing that I realised I didn't really explain. I think the members I got don't actually remember or weren't following me or anything when I used to do the Friday Facts videos, full archive of which is available on the YouTube as well. But it's basically looking back at the speculation I did and seeing if I got it right. It's a very simple video to make, although it does take time. Oh, you also get outtakes. So there's like outtakes from when I'm recording the videos. And I flub the lines. Those are your member exclusives. Only £5 a month. If you wanted to follow me on socials, Blue Sky's the one. That's the only one I really use. And I don't really use that. I'm not really a social media type person. But there is Twitter and Discord if you really wanted to. So it's really good. Check out. Have a good weekend. Yeah. Thanks for joining me again. And sort of glad to see you again. I think that's everything. I am desperate for a pee. So I will cut it off there. But yes, if you wanted to check out the videos, the most recent one went up on Friday. And then January's is already ready and available for members to watch. So if you have been watching, I hope you've enjoyed it and you might consider coming back for another one. I've been Trismegistus. This has been Little Rocket Lab. Thanks for watching. Cheers.